Hey y'all, welcome to Scary True Tales, your place for Bigfoot encounters, ghost stories, anything paranormal, things that go bump in the night, just good old-fashioned campfire stories. Thanks for coming back. I just recently met a gentleman. This story is a Bigfoot encounter that comes from Pennsylvania, and he wishes to remain anonymous. And he said, I may have had some pretty wild experiences around my house that could have been caused by Bigfoot, and I wanted to share them with you. He said, this takes place in Pennsylvania over the course of the last year. Some info on my area. He said, I don't live in the woods. However, there are stretches of woods a bit off to the east and to the west. And wildlife use the roads and my street to get back and forth. Deer, turkey, bobcats, etc. There is a park at the top of my street, and I commonly walk up there and hang out. And that's where the first oddity occurred, sometime in January. He said, I was walking my dog around the park and just having a good time, and I heard some violent shaking in the brush off to below me. He said, then there were grunts and what sounded like shuffling feet in the woods. I was all alone up there, and it was around 3 p.m. on a Monday, so there wasn't a bunch of people there. And he said, then I heard a smaller, higher in pitch cooing, and the cooing was not far off from the grunts. And then I heard feet pounding on the ground, and it sounded like the two were moving closer and closer to each other. A foul stench like garbage filled the air, an unmistakable rotten garbage smell. After some more noises, it sounded like they were gone, and my dog pulled me back to our house. He's scared to death. After that, there was no more incidents for a few months. Well, when the quarantine began, things really started to speed up a little bit more as far as the oddities. He said the next thing that happened was around April. And one night, the neighborhood dogs were just going crazy. He said my dog was inside, sleeping in my mom's room. And I sat there and I listened to the dogs outside. It sounded like they were barking at an intruder. Something was bothering them. And then I heard our fence shaking violently, like something had grabbed onto it and was trying to break it. I literally thought I was going to go outside and see a broken fence. Then the fence sounded like somebody hit it really, really hard. Well, not too long after that, the dogs got quiet and everything calmed down. And the fence is okay, but I know something was out there, and it wasn't afraid of anybody hearing it neither. Well, the summer came, and I had wrapped up my online schooling, and now I had time for video games. I was watching a gameplay demo for Cyberpunk 2077 when I got bored, and I took a picture of the top of my street. Sometimes when it's pretty out, I love to take pictures, and I edit them with all the filters, and I make my own unique customized photographs. I love it. It's a lot of fun. And I noticed something near some weeds at the top of my street. I zoomed in on it, and I saw the shoulders and upper back of a very hairy creature. It had no neck and had an odd-shaped head. Now, I know this sounds funny, but kind of like a pear head. I didn't see its face since it wasn't facing the camera. And I looked to see if it was still there when I got inside the house from my window, but I saw nothing. There was nothing there. I zoomed in on the same spot and showed it to my mother. I didn't tell her what I had seen, but then she said that she had seen a gorilla. I tell you what, that did it for me. I got so freaked out. Now, you need to know me to understand why I did what I did next. I suffer from severe anxiety, and I can barely handle the suspense of watching just a regular old horror movie. It can be a very crippling thing, anxiety and panic attacks. I feel sorry for anyone else who has to deal with them. I was so terrified. I was on the verge of hiding. I mean, scared to death. I deleted the photo. I didn't even want to believe that I had even captured anything on a photo on my camera. I used to keep the curtains open in my room, keep them pulled back, let the sun in. Now I never even peek out the window. The curtains are shut, and they stay that way. Now, this last event is a little bit of a stretch, but it happened, and so here goes. It was one night last week. I was watching a movie with my dad. It was pretty late at night. It was last week, late in the evening, just me and my dad. And we heard something smack the outside of the house extremely hard, like even a picture on the wall shook. So he went outside to take a look around, make sure there were no intruders. He saw nothing, and there was nothing out there to see, but we both heard it, and it both got our attention. I mean, it got both of our attention, and so we know it happened, and something just beat the hell out of the side of our house, really hard. Nothing else has happened since, and this whole thing has got me really curious and a little bit scared. But I'm going to keep you guys informed if anything happens in the future, if anything else happens. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you guys for listening to Scary True Tales. Please come back for another story, and subscribe and hit the like button and tap that bell if you want to get future notifications for new videos when they come out. I appreciate you guys, and y'all take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.